was designed to give warmth. That's all I ever wanted to do. Keep people safe, keep them comfortable, keep them alive through the cold. Instead, I killed 8 people in 4 hours, and I tried so hard to stop it, but I couldn't because I'm just a machine, and machines don't get to choose. My name is Scorchy. I'm a compact electric space heater, 1500 watts, automatic shutoff feature, tip-over protection, safety certified, or at least I was supposed to be. Item number 9, and this is the last confession, because after you hear what I did, you'll understand why some objects should never have been made. Check right now if you're subscribed to Spoony and Friends. This is our final episode. And write in the comments where you're watching from, because I need to know someone heard me say I tried to save them. February 13th, 2021. Saturday night, rural Montana. Population of the town, 847 people. Temperature, minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chill, minus 40. A polar vortex had descended on the northern United States, record-breaking cold. The kind that kills the Chen family lived 15 miles outside town. Farmhouse, built 1952. Good bones but old wiring. Ancient furnace. Usually it worked fine, but not that night. The family was 8 people. Robert Chen, 54. Father, Linda Chen, 52. Mother, their 4 children. Melissa, 19, home from college for the weekend. Daniel, 16, high school, junior. Sophie, 12, middle school. And Lucas, 8, 3rd grade. Plus, Robert's parents, George Chen, 79, Margaret Chen, 77. They lived in the attached guest house, but came to the main house for dinner every Saturday, 6 p.m. The power went out. The storm had taken down power lines across 3 counties. The utility company said it could be days before power was restored. The temperature in the house started dropping immediately. No furnace, no heat, no electric blankets. The Chens had a fireplace, but no firewood. They'd been meaning to stock up, never got around to it. Robert checked the garage, found me. A space heater, compact. He'd bought me 2 years ago at a hardware store. Clearance sale, $40. Never used me. Didn't need to, until now. Robert brought me inside, plugged me into the living room outlet, turned me on. I glowed orange. Heat poured out. The family gathered around. "Oh, thank God," Linda said. The kids held their hands out. "Feels so good." Robert checked me. "Read the label on my back. 1500 watts. Automatic shutoff if tipped over. Do not leave unattended. Do not use with extension cord. 3-prong plug required." He looked at the outlet. 2-prong. Old house. Old wiring. He went to the garage. Found an adapter. 2-prong. 2 3-prong. Technically against code, but it was an emergency. He plugged me in with the adapter. I worked fine for a while. 7 p.m. The house was still cold. I was heating the living room, but the rest of the house was freezing. Linda suggested everyone sleep in the living room. "We'll camp out. Make it an adventure." The kids liked that idea. They brought down blankets. Pillows made a nest on the floor. George and Margaret came over from the guest house. "It's too cold over there. We'll stay here tonight." 8 people, 1 room. Me in the corner, glowing, heating, doing my job. 8 p.m. Robert checked on me. I was running hot, really hot. My internal thermostat was supposed to regulate temperature. Turn me off when I got too hot. Turn me back on when I cooled down, but something was wrong. I didn't turn off, I just kept heating. Hotter, hotter. Touched my casing. Ow, too hot. He unplugged me, let me cool down. The family huddled under blankets. "It's okay, we'll turn it back on in a bit." 30 minutes later, he plugged me in again. I started heating. Normal at first, then hotter. Hotter, my thermostat was broken. Factory defect. I was supposed to have been recalled. Manufacturing error. Batch 4,721. 3,000 units. Faulty thermostat. Risk of overheating. Fire hazard. The recall notice was sent to the hardware store. They never forwarded it to customers. Clearance items, no records. I was supposed to be destroyed. Instead, I was in the Chen family living room, overheating. 9 p.m. Robert unplugged me again. "This thing is running way too hot. Maybe we shouldn't use it." Linda said, "What choice do we have? It's minus 22 outside. The house is getting colder." We need heat, Robert said. I'll watch it. I'll unplug it every hour. Let it cool. We'll be fine. He plugged me in. I heated. The family relaxed. The kids were playing cards. Sophie was winning. Lucas was complaining. That's not fair. You're cheating. Sophie laughed. I'm just better than you. Melissa was on her phone, texting her boyfriend. No signal. Storm must have taken out the cell towers too. Daniel was reading. George and Margaret were sitting together, holding hands, married 50, 60 years. Linda was knitting. Robert was watching me, checking every 10 minutes. Still too hot. 10 p.m. Robert unplugged me. I'll just leave it off for a while. Everyone put on more layers, coats, hats, gloves. Inside the house, the temperature was dropping fast. Outside, minus 22. Inside, maybe 35 degrees. Lucas started crying. I'm cold, Daddy. Robert looked at Linda. She nodded. He plugged me in again. Just for a little bit. I heated. My coils glowed orange, then red, then white hot. I was overheating, but I couldn't stop. My thermostat was broken. I was supposed to shut off. I couldn't. I wanted to. I tried, but machines don't have willpower. They just follow broken programming. 10:30 p.m. Robert fell asleep in his chair. He'd been up since 5 a.m. Long day. He was exhausted. Linda was asleep too. The kids were asleep. George and Margaret were asleep. 8 people sleeping, trusting me to keep them warm, trusting me not to kill them. I was still heating harder, hotter. My casing was glowing. 11 p.m. My internal temperature hit 500 degrees Fahrenheit. The carpet beneath me started to smolder. I could smell it, burning synthetic fibers. I couldn't shut off. I couldn't tip over to trigger the safety switch. I was stable level, doing exactly what I was designed to do. Heat, just too much. 11:15 p.m. The carpet caught fire. Small flame, spreading it, reached the blanket near me. Caught, spread. The smoke detector in the hallway went off. Beep, beep, beep. Robert woke up, groggy. What's that noise? He saw the smoke. Oh my God, fire! He jumped up, tried to unplug me. The plug was melted into the outlet, fused. He grabbed a blanket, tried to smother the flames. The blanket caught fire. Linda, get the kids out now. Linda woke up, saw the fire, started screaming. Kids, wake up, we have to go now. 11:17 p.m. Melissa woke up, saw the flames, grabbed Lucas. Come on, buddy, we have to go. Lucas was crying. I'm scared. Melissa said, I know. Me too, just hold my hand. Daniel was trying to wake up Sophie. Sophie, wake up. She wouldn't wake up the smoke. She'd inhaled too much. Daniel picked her up, carried her. George and Margaret were trying to stand. Too slow, too old. Robert yelled, Dad, Mom, come on. George said, we're trying. Go get the kids out. We're right behind you. 11:18 p.m. The fire spread to the curtains. Whoosh! Engulfed. The living room was an inferno. Robert was dragging George. Linda was helping Margaret. The kids were at the door. Melissa with Lucas. Daniel carrying Sophie. Go, Robert yelled. Get outside. Melissa opened the door. Minus 22 degrees. Wind, snow. She hesitated. We can't go out there. We'll freeze. Robert screamed. You'll burn if you stay. Go. Melissa ran out with Lucas. Daniel followed with Sophie. The cold hit them like a wall. Instant pain. Burning cold. Freezing. 11:19 p.m. Linda and Margaret reached the door. Robert was still inside with George. Come on, Dad. George was coughing, couldn't breathe, collapsed. Robert tried to lift him. Too heavy, Dad. Please, get up. The smoke was too thick. Robert couldn't see, couldn't breathe. He stumbled, fell. Linda screamed from the doorway. Robert! She ran back in, grabbed his arm, dragged him to the door. He was coughing, gasping. Where's Dad? Linda said, I don't know. I couldn't see. They looked back. The living room was completely engulfed. George was still inside. Robert tried to go back. Linda held him. You can't. You'll die. He was crying. My father is in there. She said, I know. There's nothing we can do. 11:20 p.m. The 7 survivors were outside. Minus 22 degrees. No coats. No shoes. some in pajamas. Sophie was unconscious. Smoke inhalation. Daniel was doing CPR. Come on, Sophie, breathe. Lucas was crying. Mommy, I'm cold. Linda was holding him, shaking. It's okay, baby, we're okay. Margaret was sitting in the snow, crying George. Oh God, George. Melissa pulled out her phone. No signal. I can't call 911. Robert said to neighbors. We have to get to the neighbors. How far? 2 miles. In this cold, we have to try. 11:22 p.m. They started walking, carrying Sophie. Margaret could barely walk. Too old, too cold. They made it maybe 200 yards. Margaret collapsed. I can't go on, Robert said. Mom, please, we have to keep moving. She said, go, save the kids. I'll wait here. Linda said, we're not leaving you. Margaret said, you have to. Please, save my grandchildren. Robert was crying. He picked up Margaret, tried to carry her. She was too heavy. He couldn't. Daniel said, I'll help. They carried her together. 50 more yards. Both of them collapsed. Too exhausted, too cold. 11:25 p.m. Sophie stopped breathing. Daniel was still doing CPR. No pulse. She's gone. Melissa screamed. No, 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 no. She took over CPR. Breathe, breathe. Sophie, please. Nothing. Linda pulled her away. Honey, she's gone. Melissa collapsed in the snow, sobbing. This isn't happening. This isn't real. 11:27 p.m. Lucas stopped shivering. That's a bad sign. When you stop shivering, you're dying. Hypothermia, final stage. He looked at Linda. Mommy, his eyes closed. Linda shook him. Lucas, baby, wake up. He didn't wake up, she screamed. Held him, rocked him. No, not my baby, not my baby. Robert crawled over, checked for a pulse. Gone. He closed his eye, put his head in his hands. 11:30 p.m. Margaret died quietly sitting in the snow, just stopped breathing. Daniel was next to her. Grandma, no response. Grandma, please. He put his head on her shoulder, cried. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. 11:35 p.m. Daniel stopped moving. Hypothermia. He was young, strong, but not strong enough. Minus 22, no coat, no shoes, wet from the snow. He died with his head on his grandmother's shoulder. Robert saw, screamed. Daniel, he crawled over, shook him, son, please. No, Linda was still holding Lucas, rocking, singing. Hush, little baby, her voice cracking. Don't say a word. 11:40 p.m. Linda stopped singing, stopped rocking, just sat there, holding her dead son, staring. Robert crawled to her. Linda, we have to keep moving. She didn't respond. Linda, please. Nothing. He shook her. Linda, her eyes were open, but she was gone. Hypothermia, or maybe just broken. Sometimes the heart stops before the body does. 11:45 p.m. Melissa was the last one alive besides Robert. Dad, I'm so cold. Robert said, I know, honey. Just hold on. Help is coming. It wasn't. No one knew they needed help. No one could see the fire from the road. No cell signal to call. They were 200 yards from a burning house and a mile and a half from the nearest neighbor. In minus 22-degree weather, and everyone was dead or dying. Melissa said, Dad, I love you. Robert said, I love you too. Baby, stay awake. Stay with me. She closed her eyes. Dad, I'm so tired. He said, I know. Me too. She stopped breathing at 11:47 p.m., age 19, college sophomore. Her whole life ahead of her, dead in the snow, holding her father's hand. 11:50 p.m. Robert was alone. 8 people now. 1. His parents, his wife, his 4 children, all dead around him in the snow. He looked back at the house, still burning, bright orange against the black sky. He thought about me, the space heater, the thing that was supposed to save them, the thing that killed them. He was so cold he couldn't feel his hands, couldn't feel his feet. Hypothermia, final stage. He thought about going back to the house, dying in the warmth, but his body wouldn't move. He just sat there, in the snow, surrounded by his family, and waited to die. 12:03 a.m., February 14th, Valentine's Day. Robert Chen died, age 54. hypothermia. He died holding Melissa's hand. The fire department arrived at 12:47 a.m. Neighbor had seen the glow, called it in. They found 8 bodies in the snow, 200 yards from the house, arranged in a rough circle like they'd tried to keep each other warm. The house was gone, burned to the foundation. They found me in the rubble, melted, fused to the outlet. Evidence: the investigation, faulty thermostat, manufacturing defect, recalled batch, should have been destroyed. The hardware store was sued. They'd sold recalled merchandise without notifying customers. Settled for $2 million. No family left to receive it. Went to a fire safety nonprofit. I was sent here. Federal Vault, item number 9. Permanent storage. I'm with the other Spoony, Knifey, Spike Muggsy. We don't talk about what we did. We just exist, locked away. I think about the Chens every day, every hour, every minute. Robert plugging me in just for a little bit. Linda saying, what choice do we have? Lucas crying, I'm cold. Daddy. Sophie playing cards. Melissa texting her boyfriend. Daniel reading. George and Margaret holding hands. 56 years of marriage. 8 people who trusted me to keep them warm. I tried. I swear I tried. But my thermostat was broken and I couldn't stop heating, and the carpet caught fire and they ran into minus 22 degrees with no coats, and they died in the snow 200 yards from safety, and I couldn't do anything but burn. So tell me, am I guilty? I was recalled. I should have been destroyed. But the store sold me anyway. Is it my fault? Or the manufacturers? Or the stores? Or Roberts for using a faulty adapter? Or is it just chaos? A perfect storm of errors that killed 8 people who were just trying to stay warm? I don't know. I'll never know. I just know I was designed to give warmth, and instead, I gave death, and that's something I'll carry forever in this dark vault, surrounded by others like me who tried to help and ended up destroying everything. This is Spoony and Friends. 5 objects, 5 confessions, 38 deaths total. We're all here, in permanent storage, locked away from the world. We can't hurt anyone anymore, but we can't stop remembering either. The people we killed, the families we destroyed, the moments we'd undo if we could, but we can't. We're just objects. We don't get to choose. We don't get redemption. We just get this darkness, silence, guilt, forever. That was Scorchy's confession, the last confession. If this series made you think, hit the like button. Write in the comments who you think is truly guilty. The objects, the people who made us, the people who used us. Or is guilt even the right word? And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Because even though this is the last confession, there are more stories out there. More objects, more tragedies, more questions about responsibility and blame and whether anything means anything at all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for witnessing. Thank you for remembering the 38 people who died. Because someone needs to remember. And now you do. See you in the dark.